Like, nah. Hey, y'all. It was so nice earlier. Now I'm getting all chilly. But yes to my flower puff. Flower girl. Now I had got some flowers this week, and I was just thinking, like, like people be having analogies or like um not a metaphor, but I would say like more so of an analogy. And I was just thinking because I got pricked by the dang roses, and I was like, oh my god, like just imagining the people like in the rose fields picking the roses and stuff like that. And I was saying to myself, like, dang, the flower is so pretty, but the thorns are so sharp. And I was saying, like, is it a protective mechanism to protect the flower? Like, what is it? Like, that's what it is to me. I feel like the thorns is protecting things from damaging the pretty petals. You know what I'm saying? And the analogy part is like basically referencing yourself as the rose. Imagine your imagination, pretending that you're a rose. And it's like, you know, the thorns are your boundaries. You know what I'm saying? To protect you from people from damaging your petals, which is, from damaging you in general, damaging your heart, you know, your emotions, things like that, putting traumas on you. Is like they can't do that if your boundaries are up, which is the thorns, because it's going to poke them. You know what I'm saying? It's going to get them. So it's like, yes, but if you don't have no boundaries, just like your rules, somebody cut off all your thorns, and you just thornless out here, anybody going to be able to get to you. Any and everybody. And your petals are very much so 99.9% going to be damaged. You know what I'm saying? And you're not going to be beautiful, not going to be pretty flower no more. And that's just as the same, basically saying, don't let people damage you. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep those boundaries up high. And everybody got different boundaries because my heart different than yours. What hurts me might not hurt you. You know what I'm saying? So you got to check my boundaries video out. I'm not really going to go into detail, but for short, boundaries is your own personal rules that protects your heart. Your own personal. So it's personal. To each person is different. You know what I'm saying? For me, for somebody else, cheating might be okay. That might not even be a boundary or a cutoff. But somebody else be like, oh no, cheating is too much for me. That's where the line stops. You know what I'm saying? So again, everybody's boundary is different, but you have to have these things in place to protect your heart. God tells us in the Bible, guard your heart above all else. That means above everything else, guard your heart, because it predicts the direction of your life. When your heart is damaged, it changes you. Your life can go so many different ways just based off your heart. So many things that you'll do because your heart's messed up. People out here that's, doing crazy things because their heart messed up. Their heart is damaged. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you gotta keep them thorns around your heart, around your flower to protect you. Like, nah, the right people, because some people in the fields that's picking them roses, you best believe they got gloves on to care for them flowers. So if you're pretending you're the rose and you got these thorns, the right people in your life, they are going to care for you properly. They're going to put on gloves. Okay, I know Shaquana, this is a boundary for her. So I'm just trying to make something up because I don't really put my personal stuff on here. But it's like, okay, you know, Shaquana's boundaries is, do not, I guess, trying to make something up. Let me see. Or let me put somebody else's out there, I guess. Whatever your boundary is, you can make one up. Just make one up yourself. Whatever your boundary is that you don't, this is a boundary. Okay, for example, say if you was, you have a trigger. Maybe you was molested or raped before, and you're telling a person, okay, the boundary. I don't like people touching on my thigh because that brings back memories. So it's like, don't touch my thigh. Don't slap on my thigh. Don't touch it. Even if we intimate, do not be squeezing on my thighs. Do not do that because it brings back memories and it puts me in a bad space. Okay, so that's the boundary. All right, the people that care for you, they're going to be attentive to that boundary. They're going to be like, you know what? Okay, I know when I talk a lot and I'm sitting next to the person, I'm always tapping their leg because that's the person I am. You know how some people just always, they got to touch you and they be cracking up and ha ha ha, he he he. And it's like, but if they care for you, even though that's a natural reaction for them, they know that's a trigger for you though. So they're going to not stop being themselves, but they're going to cater to your boundary. They're going to say, you know what? Okay, let me have more self-discipline. Let me have more control over myself. When I'm with her, I know I cannot talk with my hands. Just like somebody, they've been in an abusive growing up or abusive relationships. They don't want you talking with your hands. You might be scaring them. They might think you're about to pop off on them or something like that. So it's like their boundary might be, hey, don't talk with your hands at me because it puts me in another space and it puts me on defense. Don't do that. Don't talk with your hands at me. And that's kind of hard for somebody to talk with their hands like me. I talk with my hands a lot. So it's like if somebody was to say that to me, if I really care and love for that person, I would have to tone that down. I would have to learn to not do that because it's triggering them emotionally, physically, triggering all their traumas. I don't want to do that to a person I love. So I'm going to change that about me while I'm around them. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the analogy of the rose, is that person putting on that glove to get to the rose, to carry the rose, to have the rose with them, to get the rose. They have to put on those gloves because them thorns is sharp and they're painful. You know what I'm saying? So they got to put that glove on to get the rose. And people, if they love you, they are going to put those gloves on and cater to your boundaries. Okay, this person said they stopped taking calls at this time of night. Okay, I know I can't. Even if I'm going through something, I'm going to figure out a way to handle it because they don't accept late phone calls. That's a boundary of theirs. You know what I'm saying? So make sure the people that you have close to you are willing to put on gloves to deal with you. You know what I'm saying? Don't cut your thorns off just to keep somebody around because your petals are going to be damaged. You're going to be an ugly flower. You know what I'm saying? If you just allow everybody to break your boundaries and say, you know what? Because it's you, you can talk with your hands because it's you. But inside, I'm still being triggered. I gotta go home and I gotta re-heal myself. I gotta try to put myself back together because I allowed you, because it was you, because I liked you, or because you was my family, or because you was this person or that person. I cut my thorns off and said, hey, just be yourself and do whatever you want to do because I want you around, and it doesn't matter if it hurts me, but it still does matter because it's still affecting you. That person, they was triggering you all day and you just allowed it because of who they are to you or who you want them to be, and that you want them around so bad that you just eliminated all your boundaries. Now every day you're traumatized. Every day you're traumatized, you're triggered all the time because you're just cutting off all your thorns, all your boundaries, let people get in. You said you didn't want to accept no late phone calls, but you like this person so much, you accepting all their late phone calls. They're not being considerate, you just accepting it. Now every day you get up for work, you're tired. They not tired. They don't care. They not at work all them hours and gotta be tired. You are. But you said, nah, I like them. I'm gonna let them call me late. That's not how it's supposed to be. They supposed to say, okay, you got work early. Your boundary is you don't like late phone calls. I'm not going to call you late. I don't want you. I love you. I don't want you to be tired tomorrow. That's the person putting the gloves on to care for you properly. You know what I'm saying? You don't want people around that don't want to put the gloves on. That's the whole point. It's going to keep away the wrong people for you. And people get it mixed up because instead of going off of what's best for them, they go off their feelings. Like I said, oh, I like this person, so I'm allowing them to cross my boundaries, versus thinking of it as, hey, I might like this person, but everything we like not all the times what's good for us. Everything that glitters is not gold, and boundaries is what allows you and dictates what is best for you personally, because again, boundaries are each individual's personal rules that they have to protect their heart. So again, everybody's is different. It's your personal rules to protect your heart. So you guarding your heart from everybody. Your mama, your daddy, your cousin, your lovers, your friends, your co-workers. God said guard your heart above all else. There's no exceptions on that rule. You know what I'm saying? Because it dictates the path of your life, literally. You know how many heartbroken people lives are ruined, or they ruin their lives behind a broken heart, behind trauma, even if it's not a love relationship. It could be a family incident, work related, it could be anything, but they didn't guard their heart got messed up, they let people try them, they let people abuse them, and then in turn they ruined their own lives from reacting off of that broken heart. You know what I'm saying? So we need to, I know you might have butterflies, you might like this person, or you might want to work with this person real bad for whatever reason, y'all click, you like them, whatever, but they might not be the best for you because they are not willing to put on the gloves. They're not willing to, they don't want to, and they're not going to do it. So it's up to you to say, you know what? If you can't do that, you cannot be a part of me. You can't be a part of my life. You cannot get close to me because you're not good for me. We only need good people that's for you, around you. The people that's good for me may not be the people that's good for you. You know what I'm saying? So we got to stop listening to other people of keeping us in relationship with other people. Yes, cheating is not okay in my book, but some people like that. I see that coming. Some people allow it. They be like, "Oh, I'm not. That's cool with me." No, I'm on the same page with you, Anthony. Period. It's not cool. But you know what I'm saying? Instead of just accepting it to keep people in your life, you got to stand up for yourself, because if you don't, nobody else will. If they're already not willing to obey your boundaries, not willing to quote unquote put those gardening gloves on for you, what better do you think it's going to get? It's not going to get better. You already told them your boundary and they didn't do it. They went against it. So you're going to keep allowing them to be around. It's only going to get worse because you ain't even stand on your boundary. They don't even believe it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to, at some point, you have to have some type of discipline, some type of cutoff line to say, okay, this not for me. You can't, everybody ain't gonna like you, and you ain't gonna like everybody, and you ain't gonna be able to be friendly with everybody. You ain't gonna be able to be cool with everybody. It's just impossible. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, whoever cannot put on these gloves or not willing to put on these gloves to pick up me, which is the rose, then they're not the people for me. The people that are willing to do it are the people for me. That's without my emotions attached. So I'm going to only attach myself to people that are willing to care for me the way I need to be cared for. No matter how I feel about them, I am going to keep the people around that are doing the things that are best for me. For example, okay, somebody might be an alcoholic. Okay, they only want to keep people around that's drinkers though. Those people ain't gonna help you get out of alcoholism. They gonna keep you in it because they drinkers too. You know what I'm saying? So, but those are your best friends. Those are the people that you grew up with. So you don't want to cut them off. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh man, those is my people. They my dogs. They my bros. That's my sis. You feel me? But they're not good for you. Yeah, you knew them since first grade, but they're not good for you. They're digging you in a deeper ditch, a digger hole, versus your other friends that don't drink, that are not constantly, but they're always trying to correct you, always trying to get you help about your situation. You know, yeah, you might not like them, but why don't you like them? You don't like them because they want you to be better and for you to do the right thing for yourself. And since you don't want to do the right thing for yourself, and you know that if you have them around, they're gonna push you to do the right thing. You're gonna clash. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a clash there. So, but those are the people that you need to be around. Just like they say, you don't want nobody around you that don't. Who that girl? Where you off today, girl? Oh, I'm about to hit you up. Don't go far. I need you. Okay. Oh no, you good. We outside. You ain't being nosy because we outside with it. But just like you want honest friends, I want friends that's gonna tell me, girl, that don't look right. That outfit ain't right. Don't wear that, girl. Don't wear that. I don't want no yes man friends. You know what I'm saying? But instead, people will pick people to be around them that's going to say, yes, do that, and having on so much BS versus a real person. You might not like them, but they're what's best for you. You know what I'm saying? That's why when people say, don't marry for looks, don't marry because this person, uh, you know, is popular, or don't marry this person because of that. No, marry the person that's treating you right. Don't marry that man that just because he tricking on you, just because he may have a lot of money, but at home he abusing you. He don't care about you for real. He's not helping you get nowhere in life. He's not helping you better yourself. But you're keeping him around because he got a whole lot of money. But he abusing you. He don't let you see your family. He not helping you go further in life or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Versus the person, they might not have all the disposable funds you want, but they may cater to everyone, each and every one of your needs. And that's the person you need. You know what I'm saying? Like, they want to help you. They're going to help you fill out them applications. They're going to help you get on your feet. No, they might not be a millionaire, but they're going to help you. They're not going to trigger you. They're not going to put their hands on you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we need to pick better. You know what I'm saying? And we need to think of ourselves as a delicate flower. Yes, your heart is a rose. We need to protect it. Keep them boundaries, aka thorns. Keep them up, okay? The people that are meant for you are going to abide by your boundaries, not by what everybody else thinks. They can say, oh no, that's a good man, Savannah. You know that saying, that's a good man, Savannah. Don't leave him. That's a good man, Savannah. But that person is not good for you. Tell them, you go be with that man then, Savannah. You go get him, because he not for me. He triggers all my traumas. He does everything I tell him not to do. He is abusing me. So, no, I'm not about to stay with him. But people will stay because everybody in their ear talking about, or they'll leave a person that's for them based off what everybody else got to say. They don't got to be with them. You know what I'm saying? You got to be with them. Main girl cheating on me. Dang, I'm sorry to hear that. You crying? You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta leave her. If that's one of your boundaries, you gotta leave her. Oh, she cheating, she gotta go. You can't trust that hoe. You feel me? Now she's like, as now she done crossed the line. Yeah, you gotta cut her. You gotta cut her off. Period. So, hi. Yes. So, believe that you are a flower. That your heart is a flower. And that the thorns are your boundaries. please, you don't have to go out broadcasting your boundaries to the whole world saying, hey, these are my boundaries. What people that want to be in my life need to follow. No. Well, you say that to the people that are in close proximity of you to even actually be in your life. You don't need to be posting it online and doing all this hoopla and all that stuff. You just need to make it notable to the people that matter, to the people that are around or trying to be around. Hey, you might meet a guy. Hey, he might say, damn girl, that ass is fat. I'm trying to get in the bed with you. And I'm going to say, hell no, I'm abstinent right now. Like, we're not going to mix, obviously. So what would be the purpose of me? Now, the man could either say, okay, I respect that, queen, I respect the godly woman, and I respect that. I'm willing to wait as long as you're willing to wait. That's a person that's willing to accept your boundaries and put on those gloves and care for you. Now, on the other hand, the other person will say, man, I'm about to change that. Nah, you ain't going to be asking if along with me. Nah, let's get this room. Let's do this, shorty. Let's do that. That's not a person that's for you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we have to stop making emotional decisions. Saying, oh, this person looks so hot and cute. I'm going to just let him have it because he looked good and I'm turned on by him. So I'm going to just give up my body to him. That's just letting it all go just because he's cute and I like him and I get butterflies around him. No, he clearly told me he don't care about my boundaries and he don't want to follow them. But a person will go off their emotions, versus somebody else. They might not be all that attractive, but they willing to follow every boundary you have. They willing to obey every rule you got. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, don't pick people based off your feelings. Pick them based off their actions. You know what I'm saying? Based off what they're willing to do and what they are doing for you and not for you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, remain a rose, a beautiful one. Keep your boundaries up high. The people that are breaking your boundaries are not for you, knowingly and unknowingly, because some people might not know your boundaries and they're breaking them. Okay, you don't have to cut them off. They didn't even know that was a boundary. Hey, you want to let them know. Have a conversation with them and say, hey, that's one of my boundaries. I can't accept that, whatever. What they do from on that point is their choice if they want to be around or not. Okay, so if you have a conversation with somebody and you say, hey, this is a boundary, this is something I cannot accept. Okay, so now you need to watch what they do next. Okay, if the next thing they doing is if they clearly saying they cannot abide by it and they don't care, but they still want to be in your life, you need to cut them off. Okay, but if the next time it come up and they're abiding by your boundaries, they're noting, they're remembering, they're treating you right, okay, yes, we're going to keep you around. But if the next time you're still doing the same thing, nah, you're not listening. You're not respecting my boundaries. You don't care. So I got to let you go. Even though I might like you a lot, even though I might be attached, I still got to let you go because you keep breaking this boundary that I have. And I have to go home and deal with the broken heart. Ain't nobody patching this up but me and God. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, nah, don't let nobody break you down in no type of way. Workplace environment, school, relationships, or family. You don't allow it. Get away from people that make it seem like your boundaries is too hard to keep up with, or that your boundaries is just too much for them. Well, go find less, because there's some people that is out here that don't got no boundaries at all, and they letting people do whatever to them. So you go find one of them, because you're not about to have me ruining my life, crashing out and needing help. No. Because that's where your heart will have you at. All messed up. Because you like the person. Because you love this person. Because this person was your family. And you just let them do whatever because of whatever. No. We're not doing that in 2026. We're not doing it in 2026. I don't know who told you that was cool. It's not cool at all. If you're just letting people run over you and you ain't got no boundaries, I don't even want to be up around a person that don't got no boundaries. Like, no, if somebody tell me something or tell me a boundary, I respect that person more. When somebody say, oh no, this is a boundary of mine, can you not do that? I love when somebody say that. Yes, I will never do that again. Because now I know you respect yourself. You have boundaries. You have rules for the people that's around you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'ma love you. I'ma love you after that. If you tell me something like that, I'm not gonna be offended. Nobody should be offended about your boundaries that you're doing to keep you safe. That's like somebody being mad. They walk up to your house and your security cam on them. I don't want to be on this camera, man. Man, get this camera out of here. I don't want to come over here. You got this whole security cam on me. What? Nigga, how you mad I got a security cam on my crib to keep my crib safe with me and my kids in it? How you mad? You gotta go. You ain't for me. That's the same with boundaries. How can somebody get offended or mad that you're trying to protect yourself and your heart and yourself from getting hurt? How can somebody get mad at that? How they gonna be mad that you don't accept cheating? That you leaving them? How you mad at me? Because I'm trying to protect my heart and I don't want to be heartbroken. You got to get from around people like that. Okay? You got to give them the boot. I don't care how much you like them because it's not going to end well. All that like ain't going to be worth nothing when you having strokes because you so stressed out. When your blood pressure is so high. Now you got to take blood pressure medication. It's not worth it because you like them. Oh, because they was my cousin. Oh, because they was my boss. No, we not doing that. Let me look at these comments. Your main girl black. Okay. I'm assuming you must not be black then. Kudos to you. I respect all people. Yes, thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah. Mrs. Blacktail Miracle 2.0. 2.0. Okay. All right, y'all. I gotta go. I just wanted to talk about that. I'm gonna try to post in my post, under my post, the picture of the flowers. And make sure I get the thorns in the picture so you can see how sharp your boundary is supposed to be. So you can see how it's really supposed to be. Okay? Guard your heart above all else. Good night. Good night.